Yo, what's good, guys? Welcome to today's deck profile. I'm gonna be showcasing you guys my Naturia Runick Ishizu deck profile. Huge shouts to Dick Kabui. He was the person who originally came up with this deck concept. I made some iterations on it and changed it around a bit to how I like to play the deck. But I do want to give a shout to him because he was the person who originally came up with the concept of the strategy itself. And also shout out to my team, Source Gaming, and to the sponsor of the stream today, or sorry, the video today, which is going to be Sleep Chiefs. The sleeves that I'm using today to showcase you guys the deck profile is from Sleep Chiefs. You can use pack 5 for 5% off if you like these sleeves, as well as the extract sleeves that I'm using. And all that information will be in the description box below. But let's get right into the deck profile. So I play 3 Naturia Camellia. This is going to be the Naturia engine first. 3 Mole Cricket, and then 1 Sunflower. So these cards are maxed out because they're basically your starters. I like to have my starters maxed out. I'm currently playing only 41 cards in my deck. I know Dinkabui played 45, but I like to keep the deck closer to 40, especially for a Runick strategy or like a deck that combines Runick cards as well. Because one of the issues I had when I was playing the 45 card deck was I kept breaking. Like I opened very like weird hands, and so like I decided to make the deck 41 cards and change it up to like the way I like it, which is what you're gonna see here. So we'll start off with the Naturia engine. 3 Camellia, 3 Mole Cricket, 1 Sunflower. I thought about playing like other ones as well. Like there's also one that like negates monster attacks, but I think this is like the core engine because I want it to be the deck to be as succinct as possible. I didn't really want it to have any like weird breaks or anything like that in the deck. I just want every card live because I think like in a format where Ishizu tier is like so rampant, I just want like very much live cards as much as possible. And I also like wanted the fact that if I played a lower deck count, I'm more likely to mill my shufflers if my opponent like decides to mill 5 on me, which they most likely will, right? So but before I get into the rest of the theory, let me just show you the rest of the Naturia engine. 2 Blessing and 3 Sacred Tree. So the reason why I'm only playing 2 Blessing and not 3 is because it's a card you typically want to search. You don't really want to open up with this card, so that's why I'm playing it at 2. And so that's kind of like the logic of the 2 ofs I'm here. But and then 3 Sacred Tree because you do want to open this card. When you open this card with any Runick card, it's like super powerful. Because you're able to like discard it and it's not once per turn. So every time it's sent to the graveyard for any reason at all, the effect to add any Naturia card from your extra hand is not once per turn. Typically, the cards you want to be adding back is like the Blessing. And then the next engine is basically going to be like your shufflers. So I play 3 Medora, 3 Keldo, and the reason why you play this is not just because of the fact that Ishizu tier is in the format and they're going to mill 5 on you, especially if they know you're not playing tier limit. It's mainly because these cards lets you recycle back your Naturia engine as well as your extra deck. So like it's actually crazy because like having these in your deck is so powerful because they're really good discards off like Runick cards because like they put a shuffler in your graveyard, which is an interruption against like any graveyard based strategy like the tier deck. So they're really good discards. They're also level 4, so they help you like go into basically synchro or sorry exceeds. So they give you access to like Baguska, Dweller, and Dugaris. So that's also really nice. And then you'll notice that I'm not playing Kelbeck. So the reason why I don't want to play Kelbeck is because I never really want to mill 5 from like any of my opponent's blind, especially in this type of deck. And Kelbeck is like a fake hand trap. It's not really like that good of a hand trap. So I kind of like just prefer to like play just enough so that if my opponent decides to mill 5 on me, I have a way to like counteract their plays. But then also these cards are also just good at helping me play the game longer because his deck really thrives in the grind game. Once his deck gets to like the mid game, it's like really, really hard to like stop the snowball effect. So that's why like I really like these cards. And then I play like for hand traps, just 3 Magnitude, 3 Druid Worm. I like thought about playing 9 of these, but I really don't want to. I don't want to brick. Like I think, like I said, the worst hands are like the worst games are where you win the dice roll, you go first, and you can't really make any like decent enough board. But that's why like I cut the deck down to 41. And I played like a much smaller deck count you see here, much more succinct. Only 3 Magnitude, 3 Druid Worm. I still think you could play like 2 Druid Worm, 1 Serenir, but I think like 3 and 3 is better. Because I think the Druid Worm effect is because you don't have a battle phase. Druid Worm's effect, being able to like send one of your opponent's monsters, is like super relevant. And I really wanted to like have more Druid Worms in my deck, so that's why I wanted to play 3. But I didn't want to play like 42. Like I said, I honestly, if I still don't know what one card to cut. I thought about cutting one of the shufflers, so 2, like maybe play only 2 Medora. But you know, like I wanted to max this out because like if they mill 5 on you, you just want like these cards like get hit. So yeah, so just these. Also like the reason to not play 9 Bystial is because like this deck has a really bad matchup against Sprite in my opinion. So like I didn't want to play more cards or like really bad in like the Sprite matchup, and this card doesn't do anything against the Flu matchup as well. So like I just want enough to like have a chance against like the Tearlament deck while not like conceding to like all the other decks. So that's pretty much like the Naturia engine up here, the Ishizu engine here, the Bystial engine here, and then we're gonna go into like the Runick engine now. So 2 Fountain, standard like before. Just want to have 2, just because if having 2 allows you to abuse Gary a lot better, because once it's in the graveyard, the Gary loop is insane. And then you play like Runick Tips, 3 of them. It's like the best card in the deck. 3 Slumber, 3 Destruction. I like this card a lot because like against like Tearlaments, having the ability to pop their field spell is like so insane. Like because their field spell is what allows them to like basically go infinite on you, and so I really like it. 3 Flashing Fire. These cards are what gives you a chance against like the Sprite matchup. So which is like arguably like the worst matchup of the deck. So and like cards like these are really good because they help you against like the Flu matchup as well. So like I just like the versatility of these cards because they help you beat like the Rogue matchup. So like this is like one of those decks that I would probably take to a regional, because at regionals you'll encounter more Rogue, and like these cards just destroy Rogue decks. So that's pretty much it. So 41 cards in the main deck. My side deck is built to like beat like bad matchups next, because if you guys are gonna be listening to the Goo Cast with Jesse Cotton, he talks about a lot about like, you know, what are some things you should put in your deck to like beat other decks in the meta, and that's what like the side deck is for. And then you'll see like my side deck that like I kind of try to cover like the bad matchups deck, and also show you guys like my siding pattern as I get into it. But yeah, that's 41 cards. So let's get into the side deck, I guess. But before we do, let me show you guys when I'm playing the extra deck first. So I play 1 Naturia Beast or Naturia Beast, because of the like it's really easy to make this card, and I think this card is like really crazy against like Flu when you go first, because a lot of their big power cards are like being able to activate like Pot of Duality, Pot of Prosperity, all that good stuff. So the only card this obviously doesn't stop is like Dark Ruler, but like at least against everything else, this card can like pretty much stop, which is essentially how the Flu engine gets his deck going, or like negating map, all that good stuff. So it's like really, really powerful. Like I like a lot of people just wanted to cut this from the Naturia deck, but I think you still have to play. It's just like too powerful not to. 1 Coral Dragon. It's a removal card because you can discard a card to pop a card, but then it also gives you a draw, so it's pretty nice. I typically like synchro this off with like I usually go like Oswa, take one of my opponent's like shufflers, or like take one of their cards, and then like and then synchro it off with Coral Dragon to make like Chen Ying, and it's like so powerful to draw one. Stardust Charge, this is the one I end up making first. It just gives you like a free draw, so it's really good. Then I have 1 Chen Ying, one of the best boss monsters. TR has a really hard time outing this. Their like main out is like basically Kaleidoheart. But like if you just stop the Kaleidoheart, it's really hard for them to out this. Especially like freezing curse or anything like that. 1 Barone, the Omni Negate. So this is the synchro package. 5 synchros. For the fusions, you play 1 Gary to add back your field spell. It's also makes all the really bad Runick cards like board breakers, so that's really nice. 2 Hugin. You only really need like a small package because, like I said, because you have shufflers in your deck or Ishizu cards in your deck, you're able to like shuffle back these like really easily. So that's pretty nice. So 3 fusions. And now for the Link monsters. So this is supposed to be an Osawa. I let my friend Gunther, shout out to Gunther. It's also his birthday today, so shout out to him. My Osawa, so I'm just proxying it with the Dark Charmer. So this is Osawa. It's really good because you play a lot of Earth monsters in your deck, and be able to take your opponent's like shufflers like crazy. They have to like waste it, and if they don't chain it, then it's like crazy because then now you have their shuffler on the board and you can use it and like just basically cook them. So 1 Unicorn, like Link Climb to like out like really annoying cards like Kaleidoheart or something like that that's can't be destroyed, or also they come back. So you want cards that like shuffle. And then 1 access code basically like for going for game, and because you don't have a battle phase, being able to like have access code in your deck is like super powerful. So, yep. Yeah, you have Earth, Dark. If you play Dark Charmer, you have Earth, an Earth Charmer and a Dark Monster. So, actually, always gets like at least 2 pops. So that's pretty nice. Um, and then for the XCs, I love how the deck is like kind of like a rainbow in the extra deck. You have like a little bit of every color. And then for the XCs, we have one Baguska basically for the flu deck. We have Dugars because sometimes like there's some hands where like you want to be able to like dig deep into your engine, and Dugars helps you do that. Also, it discards a card from your hand, so usually you can like discard the Sacred Tree. So like you basically get to draw 2 for free if you discard the Sacred Tree. And this card, like basically if you don't see your Runick engine, you want to like use, or you only see one Runick card. You can sometimes go like Runick card, summon Gary, and then like overlay for Dugars, draw 2 and see the rest of your Runick cards maybe. So that's pretty nice. Dweller. I don't make this card as much, ironically enough, but I just like the option of having it. And then one Beatrice, because I think like your engine is going first is actually so broken anyways that like sometimes you don't even end on Dweller and you still beat the tier limit deck. So that's pretty much it. 15 cards, and we'll go into like the side deck and like the side deck strategy. So I played 3 Gamma. As you can see here, the Gamma package. I just think this card is like very, like I said, I want cards that covers like the bad matchup of this deck. So like the bad matchups are gonna be like decks that like make hard Omni negates, kind of like the Sprite deck. They get like end on like Toad and like Smashers and like all that good stuff. And Smashers is really good against like the Runick Field spell. So like you want stuff to out that. So like I just want like cards like Gamma that just like can maybe like just end their turn pretty much. And it's also a card that, like Gamma is a card that can act as a complement to your board breakers as well. So what I mean by this is I also play 3 Raigeki and 2 Dark Hole. Because I think the other bad matchups for this deck is sort of like Exo Sister, because like if Exo Sister deck just like the Magnifica is really hard to out because it can tag itself out, so like it's really good into Runick cards, because like you need like almost, you have to commit like 2-3 cards to beat a Magnifica, like Runick cards. So like and like their Magnifica can banish your field spell. If you try to like negate it, they can use the Magnifica to like tag out. So I wanted cards like Raigeki and Dark Hole that are good in that matchup, just because like it can just kill their Magnifica, and then like if they activate Vadis, you can like Dark Hole them on resolution. Like this is like so good. Like we don't have these type of cards. And the reason why Gamma is really good, because these cards that are also good into the Exo Sister matchup, which is a bad matchup for your deck, is also good into the Sprite matchup. So like you can go like activate, for example, Raigeki, and if they chain Toad, you can then chain Gamma, and that just kills everything they have. And then you also get a free level 2 and a 6, which like, you know, having Gamma be a tutor in your deck is really powerful, because you have like synchro monsters, and then like the driver can go into a Beatrice, for example. So that's kind of like the reason why. Like I just like the fact that this card can be paired up with like any of these like breakers, and it's like so powerful. And then I also play 3 talents for going first. It's also like a really good go second card, like I said, because it's a really good breaker. So basically, if you guys want to think about like the side pattern, right, into like matchups like Exo, like Flu, Sprite, like you're gonna want to take out what these Bystials. You want to take out like these cards, right? Because like against like Sprite, Exo, Flu, these cards are like not that great. So you're taking out 12 cards, and as you can, if you can, you know, count, these cards are the 12 cards I'm putting in basically going second in those matchups. So. And then the last 3 were Infinite Impermanence. So I'm playing Imperm because I just think it's like a really good card to like cover like basically any matchup. And it's also, I think like basically when I'm going second, I want to have Impermanence against the tier limit deck, because freezing their Kikalos in place is like really beneficial for you. So I kind of like having Imperm for that. So like that's like the main reason. And then you also have like, they can't really mill 5 on you, especially if they know you have shufflers, but sometimes they're forced to. And then like if they slip 1 fusion through, you can just imperm their kit, and then like it's just really hard for them to like keep going. So that's why like imperm is like my last slot. And then it can also like be really nice because against like the Fluanderies deck, I want to side basically like 15 cards, because you know that deck can be like really crazy. So I'm siding all these cards in against the Flu matchup. And having Impermanence is really good, because then you take out cards like Flashing Fire, which does nothing against Flu. So you're able to like side these cards out and then put in like Impermanence, and then that like helps with like the siding pattern. So, and then after you like stop them from playing, you establish a board presence. like the deck just like snowballs like crazy. So that's pretty much like the 15 card side deck I have. I hope you guys enjoyed the deck profile. I actually might consider taking this deck to a regional. Comment down below if you guys would like to see that. I really do enjoy playing this deck. It's one of the decks that I felt kind of like just fell in love with. I just love the runic cards. I love the ability to go into XC, synchros, link monsters, fusions, all that good stuff. So it's like really really neat. I like the deck a lot, and like I said, shout out to my sponsors, Sleeve Chiefs, and Source Gaming, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.